The boat docked in the harbor, and Gora, who had been waiting there, could be seen helping to unload it. Alright, everybody, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. This time, Alliance of the Golden Witch. That's right, we're on episode 4. This is part 2 of episode 4. Part 1 ended up being extremely long, ended up being over 2.5 hours, so let's not make this part as long and, split, instead of making 2.5 hour videos, let's make 2 separate 1 hour 15-minute videos, because, it's better for me, and, it gives me more time to record these, you know what I mean? And it's better overall. So I mean, there you go. First part special, super extra long, but we're here now. Part 2 in a different day, but I'm recording this the day after, because obviously, I mean, if I spend one day recording a 2.5 hour video, you bet I'm not recording any more videos after that. so yeah, but welcome back. Last time we had the introduction. Battler got to meet Battleria, which a commenter told me is a terrible nickname, so stop calling her that now. It's not even his gender bend form, so I don't even know I'm saying that. It's his half sister Angie, who has given herself the name Gretel, based on the name on the story Hansel und Gretel. That's German, but Hansel and Gretel, I guess, in English. And Gretel was the one that tricked the witch, or outwitted the witch, and stole the treasure, and they stole the treasure together. So, yeah, Battle's supposed to be the Hansel in this case. It works, it's a great name, but I, unfortunately, am still going to call her Angie. Let me know if you guys want me to call her something different, or if you guys don't think that name works for her. Does that make sense? If you guys think that name, isn't good, if you want me to continue saying Gretel instead, then let me know. But I'm gonna continue with Angie, because that's my half sister. So I'm not gonna say that. I don't wanna say Gretel. I don't know who she is. Even Battler, kinda suspected who she was, and I like that. I like that at the very least, even if Battler isn't sure who she is, that they actually made it a point to have Battler realize, wait a minute, this is a familiar face. It's Angie, but it can't be Angie because she's supposed to be 6 years old. I like that they made Battler have that little realization, because I would have been so annoyed if way later on Battler has this plot twist where he realizes that it's Angie all along, and he goes, well, but at least now he has an idea very early on, just after meeting her. I think this is better. I'm glad Umineko's not wasting our time with random drama. Alright, so there's that. What else happened last part? I mean, the Ishiyome family came to the dock from Nijima, so they were relatively at the in Rokkenjima, and Beato has declared the start of the 4th game board, and this is the last game board of the question arcs. I don't really know how the answer arcs is gonna go, but if it goes similarly to how Higurashi goes, then it should explain a lot of things to us. Which is why, after the question arcs are over, I was going to mention this last part at the end, but I forgot. But once the question arcs are over, I am going to be making a theory video, because the answer arcs, as is in the name, they're going to explain the question arcs, I'm sure. If Higurashi is anything to go by, at least the anime, because the anime, the season 2, Higurashi Kai, and then eventually season 3, technically, Higurashi Rei, those last 3 episodes there in Higurashi Rei, they, and along with Higurashi Kai, they explain the things that happened in season 1. So, throughout season 1, I never suspected, I mean, spoiler for Higurashi, I mean, if you're here, you know Higurashi. I mean, maybe not actually, but spoiler for Higurashi, I guess, kinda. I never suspected when watching season 1 that Rika was a time looper the entire time. I was watching, and none of it was all just different happenings, and I didn't connect it in my brain, and I was like, why is this happening? How is that happening? And all of a sudden, there's so many mysteries, and then Kai answered them, showed us that Rika's the time looper, which was a big twist for me. I was just there shocked, knowing that Rika's been living for 100 years, doing these time loops, trying to find this miracle, which he eventually managed to do at the end. Hiroshi Kai was fantastic, man. Hiroshi Kai just the way they explained everything, the way things start to click, one bit by bit by bit, and I'm hoping Umineko does that. I mean, if it's the same writer, then I know they're gonna do that. Which is why, after these question marks are over, I'm going to do a little theory video. I say a little, it could end up being over an hour long. But yeah, how that's gonna go is, once this is over, I'm going to collect my thoughts, right? I'm going to try rewind my head throughout everything that's happened from episode 1. Try to get some of the main beats from the different locker rooms, to different conversations different people had. Try to wrap things together. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to solve the riddle, but I'll try to at least make sense of things in my own way. So that's the plan after this episode's over, is to do that. And then obviously the answer arcs will explain the question arcs. I hope, at least. I want to finish this visual novel. Maybe not understanding everything, it could have an open ending. That's fine with me. As long as I want to know what the riddle means, okay? And it's hard. It's hard. I want to know how Eva solved it. I want to know what's going on with Eva, obviously. Eva Beato, what's going on with... there's so many things I want to know. I mean, I can keep going on and on, but I'm sure the answer arcs will get there. And we will get there when we get there, so... This is the last question arc. Let's question things while we can. Soon we'll have things answered to us. Okay. The boat docked in Hardengoda, who had been waiting there, could be seen helping to unload it. And finally, the boat dropped all of the passengers and began to separate from the island. The relatives started to get swallowed up by the island.
Maria-chan, 気をつけないと転ぶよ。気をつけて。
All my fondly remembered cousins I had loved so much dashed away through the beach, disappearing as they were sucked into the forest path leading to the mansion. And of course, Oni-chan could be seen among them too. Oh! Oh, so we're seeing this from Anji's perspective. Okay, interesting. I don't think I'll ever get over Anji calling me Oni-chan. That is actually so... Maria One-chan, who I had loved, dashed away and Oni-chan chased after her. Oh right, Maria's older than Angie technically. Oh, that's crazy to think about. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't feel that way, does it? But it's true. Maria is kind of older. Yeah, I mean, Maria would be, what, 21 years old if she was still alive in Angie's time. Damn. Dang, just thinking about this is so tragic. Why did they all have to die, yo? She would have been 21? Ah! Damn, man, damn, that's tough. Whoever the culprit is, this is what she ruined. I'd love that, and Oni-chan chased after her. The way she calls Maria One-chan too, it's so weird. Battle Oni-chan, ah, come on. Alright. They were swallowed up by the forest. Following in pursuit, Mom and Dad were also swallowed up. And your aunts and uncles. The rest of my relatives were swallowed up too. Swallowed up, leaving only me behind. Well, I mean, only one uncle, because Cross is already in the island, so... and Rosa's husband, obviously, he went to buy some milk, so...
Baka. いつまでこんなところで魔女と戯れて遊んでいるのよ。早く帰ってきてよ、お兄ちゃん。
Ah! Stop calling me that. It sends a trigger. It sends a trigger down my spine. I don't like it.
私を一人ぼっちにしないで。そして気がついて、残された私がどれだけ辛く寂しい世界で孤独を強いられるかを。
Really? Wait, that's the end of chapter 1? Are you for real right now? We could have ended this last time. Angie and Maria Saint Lucia. Saint Lucia. After 19. Wait. What? Wait. You're going too fast. 1986. Which month? Saint Lucia? Wait.
ごきげんよう
Wait. This? Oh. Wait. Huh? Which month is? I didn't read the month. I just read 1986. Is this? Wait. Saint Lucia. Wait. Okay, I have a lot of things I want. So Maria and Angie. I mean, it's okay. The chapter is called Angie and Maria. But if Angie and Maria went to Saint Lucia in 1986. No, but Rika went there in 1983. Cause yeah, this is the school Rika went to. Wait, out of this in some timelines. Not in all the timelines, but in some timelines Rika went to the school. In the Miracle timeline she went to the school, right? But Bernie's a witch now, how does that work? No, but she's a witch, but she's also... Her human form must still go to the school. But is she still in this elementary school 3 years later? Is there a possibility that Angie and Bern's human, form as a kid could meet each other here? In Saint Lucia? Oh, it would be so weird to have Rika and Angie or Maria interact. Saint Lucia? What? That is actually crazy. Wow. So, wait. Oh, man. Didn't Shion also go here? Now that I think about it, I remember that Rika went here, but didn't Shion also go here? But let me think. This is 1986. That's 3 years later, yeah. 1986. But did Rika attend the school in 1983? Because this is an elementary school, right? I'm gonna keep reading, but I have a lot of thoughts. But I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, so this is Angie, and this is her in her school uniform. But this is 1986, so Angie's just a kid here. So why does she look the same as she is as an 18-year-old? Because Angie was born in 1980, right? So she must be 6 years old here. This does not look like a 6-year-old. They didn't make a 6-year-old Angie sprite. They just have her 18-year-old look, even though she's 6 years old. Great. Good day to you is the standard greeting used here. Okay. No matter how many years pass by, this style of greeting still feels very awkward. Good day to you. Yeah, I don't like that greeting. I just want to say, sup, yo, ayo. How do I start these parts? How do I think I start with like, I, yo, something like that. That's how I like to start greetings. I don't know. I had responded to the greeting in order to stifle the awkward feeling. But the classmate who had spoken looked at me blankly. Okay.
Eh?
Oh. Wait, she did not like that greeting? Why are they laughing? What's this giggling about? Mistaken about what? The choice of words and manner were certainly what you would expect of a school for rich girls. But at their core, they were as innocent and cruel as any children of that age. It seems they found it funny that I mistakenly thought the greeting had been directed at me. Oh! Oh, damn. Oh, okay. That's what happened. No, it might be the opposite. What do you mean it might be the opposite? Maybe I should say that they didn't know what to do after being greeted by an introverted kid like me. Oh! Hey, I feel that though, Angie. I'm also introverted, so I feel that. I know what that's like, you know what I mean? I relate to both Battler and Angie here. Alright, let's see. No, judging by the looks of my classmates, glancing this way over their shoulders and whispering to each other. There were even some who seemed to consider their refreshing morning ruined. Oh wow, that bad? Wow. I am depressing, because no one likes me. So, trying not to get in the way of everyone's refreshing morning anymore, I entered the classroom in a low crouch. Almost like I was cutting across the aisle in a movie theater while the movie was running. This is an old dorm academy called St. Lucie Academy. Yeah, yes. Yes. This is the school that Shion and Rika went to. And in Higurashi Go, in some timelines, Satoko went here as well. And then she got demoted to the special class. And then she just couldn't anymore. So she decided to loop and kill Rika over and over. Fantastic idea. But yes, I remember this. This is a big topic in Higurashi as well. I just wasn't expecting this school to be introduced in Umineko as well. Saint Lucia. Okay, interesting. It's not a school that just anyone can get into simply by passing a test. Yeah, this is a school of geniuses, I remember. Only the smartest girls get to go here. It's an all-girls school, right? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's an all-girls, like, only smart rich girls enter the school, right? It's a hidden rich girls school, yeah, known only to a select group of celebrities from various circles. And of course, you are the daughter of a rich family, so... and you're very smart based on the philosophical, you know, metaphors you're bringing in the last part. We know you're smart, so it makes sense that you went to such a, you know, genius rich girl school. And I guess that it makes sense that it reflects in her character too, that she's a smarter woman. That's a fair point. Yeah, it makes sense now. Makes sense. That is, if she continued going to the school even after Eva, even after Eva survived the the island murders, and that, did she continue going to the school, and to, you know, obviously she probably got really great education. Maybe, I mean, Eva hated her, but did she deny her from having great education? Considering that you know, Angie turned out to be a really smart 18-year-old, I imagine that that she wasn't denied great education, or at least she found ways to educate herself. So, for lofty nobles who truly wish their daughters to be brought up like saints, Saint Lucia, I get it. Okay, this is probably the ideal academy in which to protect them from the impurities of the common world. Ugh. But at the same time, it was probably also a convenient place for nobles to confine daughters who they didn't want the public to know about. That's disgusting. As well as an academy isolated from the impurities of the common world, it also held excellent potentials as prison school. Prison school? Oh man, what a show that was. What a freaking show that was. I remember watching that as it aired, man. I don't know how old Prison School is, man, but I remember watching it as it aired because it was very memed about back in the day. People were memeing about Prison School. So I was watching it for the memes with some friends and stuff. Holy crap. There were some wild scenes from that, but it was really funny. It was actually a really funny show. If you just turn off your brain and just think whatever, it's a funny show. Okay, anyway. I was truly among the latter and spent my days confined in St. Lucie Academy, as the weeks, months, and years dragged on at a mind-numbing pace. Of course, there weren't that many students like me, and you couldn't tell us apart at a glance. However, even if they didn't come forward, you could usually guess from their appearance. Because they were always hanging their heads all the time, with an expression on their faces as though the whole world had abandoned them. So like you then. That's your expression, no? Angie? And every class had one or two kids like that, so even if they didn't speak up about it, you could guess who they were. So, even though I never confessed that I was one of those kids, at some point everyone in the class knew. Just like how the seriousness of your injury grants you status in a hospital room, here status is granted by the nobility of your birth. Those who aren't permitted to go out in public are probably nothing more than filth to them. They must think that getting involved with students like that would dirty them as well. Whenever such a rumor sprang up about a particular student, those fastidious girls would about face and grow cold and distant, chasing that student out of all possible social groups. So there's one thing I'm wondering here. I'm looking at this school here, St. Lucia. This is not how I remember St. Lucia looking in Higurashi. In Higurashi, St. Lucia was like this white school that almost looked like a mansion. It wasn't this. This looks like your regular old school with some, I guess, gate at the front. You just go in there and then you go to school, and there's probably some classrooms here or there. There's probably science classes probably over there, art class over there. You know what I mean? This looks like a regular school. This doesn't look like some rich girl school like the one we saw in St. Lucia. I mean, this is called St. Lucia Academy, but St. Lucia Academy, I remember it being this super huge mansion, like, you know what I mean? So I mean, but you know, I guess who am I to? I mean, I don't really know. I don't know. At least I don't remember it looking like this. But yeah. I have to thank for this quiet and solitary school life of mine to Eva, right? I have that to I have that to thank for this quiet and solitary. Okay, I was gonna say, because Eva should not be dead when you're 6 years old, right? Eva should, I mean, as in Eva should not be, you know, the sole survivor yet. I'm guessing this is happening before the island murders, but I remember I read the year, but I don't remember what month this is happening. I know it's 1986 though, so probably before the murders at some point. Okay. Well, that's only if hearing people whisper behind my back, finding my things lost or broken all the time, and having everyone pretend like they don't know anything about it can be called a quiet school life. Yikes. I must be wearing a weary expression already this morning. I can understand completely why my other classmates, who had been enjoying a refreshing morning, would want to click their tongues upon seeing it. Consciously trying to do my best to avoid tainting my classmates' morning, I quietly took my seat. Then, unusually, someone came to talk to me. He was the class leader. Class leader, here we go, I'm excited! Because this class leader, you know, they're supposed to, you know, make sure that every student is involved in a way, you know, is into it.
ごきげんよう、白宮さん。朝からご機嫌斜めなご様子ね。ちゃんと睡眠は取られてる？
So I'm wondering then, why did Rudolph and Kiria send her to this school? It can't be just to lock her up. Especially Kiria, there's no way Kiria would do this to her daughter. Are we sure this isn't after the events of the murders and Eva sent her here on purpose to imprison her? Are we sure? Because to me this feels like Kiria and Rudolph wouldn't do this to her. look at the way Rudolph treats Battle. Look at the way Battle and Rudolph have their relationship. I don't think Rudolph and Kitty will do this to Angie. I think this is Eva's doing, right? But I don't know. Why would they send her to this freaking school? Obviously, she's not enjoying herself, and she's lonely, and she's trying to be wary not to ruin other people's days. She clearly she has a low self-esteem if she believes that her presence alone can ruin other people's mornings. I mean, I guess it can in this situation, but damn.
何かご用ですか?
Is there some business you have with me? So she's just completely introverted, completely alone. She doesn't want anyone to talk to her. Yeah, which I guess makes sense considering she's just locked up in here, in a way.
学年発表会のアンケートまだ提出してないの後宮さんだけよ。昨日までが提出日だったのお忘れ?
What the hell is a questionnaire? See, this is probably a word that I know in Norwegian but not in English. Questionnaire, I'm googling it. Questionnaire, a list of questions or items used to gather data from respondents about their attitudes, experiences, or opinions. Okay. I see. So like satisfaction. Okay, I see. I got it. Okay. I've written questionnaires before in school myself, but yeah, obviously they're not called questionnaires here. Okay, I'm pretty sure I heard something about that sometime last week, but I think the questionnaire hadn't been passed out yet. All the necessary information will be written on that, so it should have been no problem to forget about it until it was handed out. Wait a minute, so the question hadn't been passed out yet? And yeah, you were told to send it yesterday? All this is information message should have been no problem to forget about it. Huh.
アンケート用紙もらってないですけど。
Yeah, she straight up wasn't given a questionnaire, and then she was told to send it yesterday. Great.
そんなはずありませんよ。寮長から全員にちゃんと配布されてるはずです。なくしてしまったならそうと素直におっしゃればいいのに。
If you lost it, all you have to do is honestly say so. Okay, so did another girl or other group of girls take it from her before she even had the chance to, get it? Or did she lose it and she wasn't honest about it? I want to go with the former.
なくしました。
I don't think she's being honest. I don't think she actually lost it. I don't think so. But again, she's probably just trying to alleviate the tension from her because she wants to stay in this solid... I don't think she wants to stay, but I think this is what she thinks is the best course of action, to stay alone and not, bring too much attention to herself, maybe. In that sense. Because she knows if he continues saying, I didn't lose it, whatever, she knows it'll cause more drama. And she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to ruin the other students' mornings, I guess, so...
今すぐ書きますから。用紙をいただけますか?
Again, either someone lost my paper or they intentionally didn't tell me about it. Exactly. So, that's what happened, but you don't want to cause a dramatic scene. But I have no way of knowing who was behind that, yeah. In the end, treating it as though it was my own carelessness would settle everything more quickly and without any drama. Exactly! That's what I said, no problem. We get it.
書いたらご自身で生徒会室のアンケートポストに投函されるように。うちのクラスだけですよ。夕べまでに全員のが揃わなかったのは。
Of course, it's the only one, that didn't get everyone's in by last night. And so she's gonna get the blame for that. Awful. As I hung my head at the class leader's scolding, I could hear the giggles and whispers of people watching, coming from no direction in particular. Ishimiya-san did it again, because she never concentrates. She's unsuitable for this school. She has neither class nor manners. sorry, girls, but I've dealt with much worse when it comes to unfair personal attacks. I froze my heart. Wait. She's dealt with worse? Where? When? How? Obviously, whatever did to her in the future in the hospital. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. I see that. But supposedly this is is it after? Is it after the murders happened? I don't know. I don't know whether this happened. That's the problem. I don't know if there was a month written out when I froze my heart and let those arrows of ridicule pass by as I quickly filled out the questionnaire. Now I wanna know though. Now I want to know. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is after the murders happened. That makes the most sense. And that's probably why. You know what? Yes. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. That's probably why Angie looks like an 18-year-old. I think this is after. I think this is after episode 3 ended, as in after Eva survived. So Eva already gave her these personal attacks, and that's why Angie looks like an 18-year-old. So this is after the murders happened, after she lost her family. And that's why she's going to this school. Yep, that makes sense, because there's no way Kitty and Rudolph would send her to this school for her to be isolated like this. So I think that's what's happening here. I think that is it. But let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm gonna go with that from here on out. Okay. Eternity, new soundtrack there as well. Okay. When I heard the news that Mom, Dad, Oni-chan. Okay, it's great. Now I'm left. Okay, so what I just said was right. Cool. God damn it. All I need to do was just click once and go to the next line, and then I would have known. Okay, so this is after they all died and after she's grown up and going to the school now. Okay. When I heard the news that Mom, Dad, Oni-chan, and all the rest of my family had died, I was in the house of my grandpa on my mom's side. On Kirya's side. Yeah. Makes sense? The only survivor of the accident was Ushiyome Eva. Only Aunt Eva. Even at the time, I hadn't really liked Aunt Eva. At a glance, she seemed to act kindly to me, but even as young as I was, I could see clearly that she was somehow belittling Dad and the rest, and I didn't like it. So when it was decided that Aunt Eva would take care of me, I was pretty miserable. It wouldn't have mattered if my nice Uncle Hideyoshi and Jojo Nichan could have been there too, but I hated the thought of living all alone with Aunt Eva. I had an honest talk with Grandpa about that, hoping that I could live with him. However, Aunt Eva was very insistent that she should be one to look after me. Obviously, because once Eva dies, the inheritance goes to Angie, and Eva wants to make the necessary precautions to make sure that the inheritance, works properly with Angie. And at the time, Eva was still deciding how she could trick herself in a way that Angie wouldn't get the money, because Angie hates Eva hates Angie as well. Eva hates Angie, so she didn't want her to have the gold. But then eventually Eva realized that the best way to torment her is to give her the gold and give her the title of witch or whatever. So Aunt Eva had no desire to remarry. So she had no desire to remarry. Right, I know she didn't remarry, but the fact that she had no desire to remarry, I mean, yeah, Hideyoshi was her one and only, and George was also her one and only. So she had no desire to remarry and give her wealth to, her remarried child. I mean, if she had remarried right away and given birth to another child, I mean, would have kind of sucked with Hideyoshi and George, but the child would have by then been at least 10 years old by 1998. So she, the money could have then gone to the child instead of 18-year-old Angie, fairly. But I don't know. She had no desire to remarry, so she said I was essential for the succession of the Ishirome family. Aunt Eva felt strongly about the house of Ishiromiya. She firmly demanded to take charge of me right away so that she could give me an education and lifestyle fitting for the successor. Complicated negotiations with lawyers apparently took place. But in the end, I was forced to go live with Aunt Eva. And so then you went to St. Lucia to get locked up. I see. And of course, I bet the girls in that school there know that Eva is this rich woman that, you know, found the gold, the treasure. So there's even more rumors piled up in Angie here. After she took me in, Aunt Eva told me something. You must bear all of the glory and history of the Shiromiya family. And in order to make you a fitting successor to bear that, your life from now on will be dedicated to studying like hell. Sacrifice the rest of your life for the Shiromiya family. She was definitive about it. At first, I thought she meant exactly what she said, but I quickly realized that wasn't the case. Because even then, in Aunt Eva's eyes, the one most fitting to be the successor was Jojo Nichan, who had passed away. At my first meal, I was strictly instructed and interrogated about my table manners, and was forced to listen to her disparage mom and dad as though they had been neglectful in my upbringing. I was also received the same strict instructions regarding my manners at my first party, and I was insulted in public for my clumsiness, and forced to endure insults to mom and dad as well. After that happened enough times, I finally came to understand. Aunt Eva didn't really want to make me the successor. She thought that the one who was truly fitting to be the successor was Jojo Nichan, and she couldn't forgive the fact that it was going to be me. So I was disparaged in front of a lot of people, humiliated, and she made it known far and wide exactly how inferior I was to Jojo Nichan. Surely in memory of her dead son. No, she must still have been mourning his death. However, that wasn't something I could endure. I couldn't possibly live together with Aunt Eva. I would be eternally suffocated, continually compared with her dead son. Even as an elementary schooler, I understood that. I ran away from the house of Ishiromiya and tried to go to my grandpa's house. However, Aunt Eva had already foreseen that. No, thinking back on it, she might have been luring me into escaping. I was caught by the guards and brought back, and for being a coward who had disgraced the Ushiromiya family crest and attempted to abandon the Ushiromiya name, I was punished in a way that makes my whole body shake and shiver just remembering it. Ah, that's child abuse, if that isn't obvious enough. How should I describe what Aunt Eva was like when she punished me? Frenzied? Gleeful? The anger and sadness of losing her beloved son, and well as her hatred and pain towards the fact that I was going to steal the headship her son was meant to inherit, and the dark pleasure of being able to let those feelings out on me. Eva, that is kinda, Eva, I do not condone this, unfortunately. Okay, so, damn, but that is straight up child abuse. Yeah, that is like, you know, if y'all thought Rosa was bad for what she's done to Maria, just look no further. Oh my god. Okay. I was pummeled with all of those negative emotions at once. Then all of my free time and freedom was taken away, and I was put under round-the-clock surveillance. I may have lived in a gorgeous mansion and been dressed in expensive clothes, but my heart and my dignity were being trampled upon, and I was the Ishima family's slave, its cattle. Compared to that lifestyle, the derisive laughter of my classmates here even felt refreshing. It was no match for my heart. Mystic Forest, another new soundtrack. Okay, so every episode, of course, they introduce these new soundtracks. They have new soundtracks coming up. After filling in almost all the fields of the questionnaire with nothing in particular, I folded it up and put it in my pocket. Okay, that's something. Because if I left Because if I left it in the desk, I might lose it again. After dropping it off in the box in the student council room during lunch break, I finished lunch by myself, as usual, and headed behind the school building where no one was around. Only the time I spent by myself could protect me from the derisive laughter and whispered comments. Since I was hated and didn't have a single friend, my time alone was the most kind to me. After checking the surrounding bushes to see whether some malicious classmates were hiding and threatening my time of quiet, I finally relaxed the tension of my entire body, knowing that I had gained some true peace. Then, I let out a sigh. It lingered, heavy, as though it was the first time I had breathed out today. My previous favorite place behind the vegetable garden's storehouse had been found out by my classmates, and now they would mess with me there, so this was my new lunchtime hideaway. There was nowhere to sit behind the school building. I crouched down against the wall in the shadow of the bushes, opened my bag, and took out a book with an elaborate old-fashioned binding. A book? Okay. Just glancing at it, you would probably think it was a religious book written in the Middle Ages or something. But this isn't a book. It's a diary. Of course, it's not my diary. Oh, it's Maria's diary. I think. Is it Maria's? The one she wrote? She was writing on? There aren't any special things worth writing about in my daily life. Every single day is just grey, cold and dry. When nothing changes from day to day, there aren't any notable changes worth writing down. This is the diary of Maria Onecho. Okay, I'm right. It is Maria's diary. Okay. Who I had been very good friends with. Alright. She was 3 years older than me and a bit of a funny person, but One-chan was always a warm, wonderful cousin. She would always grab me by the hand and invite me to play some fun game. I remember that getting to see her was the most enjoyable thing about family gatherings. Though I preface this with, for an elementary schooler, the handwriting that greeted me when I opened the diary was fairly accomplished, and while admittedly it had been written using every other line, the pages were dense with text. Wait. You prefaced it with elementary schooler, right? So she was a decent writing for her age, you're saying, okay. Unlike me, her writing's probably better than mine. My writing is trash. Well, was she just hopelessly obsessed with jotting everything down in her diary? Probably not. To her, writing her daily life down in a diary was probably like having a conversation with another part of herself. So rather than a journal in which the events of her day were simply listed, Maria One-chan's diary was written like a letter to another Maria, telling her of the events of that day. I had found this diary among her belongings after her death, and had secretly taken it home. At first, I had felt that reading someone else's diary might be boorish, and had been satisfied to just keep it by my side. But I was unable to resist turning over a page or two, and slowly but surely I found myself reading through it. And now, she had become my only friend. Okay. I gently opened the page with a bookmark.
マ
To the
リアお姉
page.
ちゃん、お待たせ。また、お姉ちゃんのお話を聞かせて。
Apathy. Alright, new soundtrack. At the same time, a very, very soft breeze blew, tickling the pages. And I thought the open diary might have sparkled faintly. Right, okay. And I thought the open diary might have sparkled faintly. The weather is good today. Maria One-chan loves wonderful rays of sunlight, so I'm sure she's in a good mood. On the open diary, no, in the world of the diary, Maria One-chan showed herself. Oh! Ah, that's awesome. She had been 9, I believe, when she died, so her appearance was already younger than mine. Man, the wallpapers in this visual novel are always amazing. So, yeah. So, Angie even confirms here that it's been well over 3 years since Maria's death. Because this is after 1986, right? So, this is at least 1989. This probably happened at some point in the 90s. Maybe early, mid 90s. Sometimes when she was going to the school. Yeah. Maria. Alright. Okay. Now that I think about it, Maria must have been born in... Yeah, she must have been born in 1977. Oh! Considering the way we see her in the visual novel, she feels a lot younger than now. And obviously, yeah, 1977. Someone born in 1977 in today's, age is someone pretty old, right? I mean, that's a relatively old person. So, with Maria in my mind, if you think about it, today in 2022, someone who's Maria's age would have been born in 2013. 2013? Yeah, someone who's Maria's age would have been born in 2013. So just great to think about that. Hey, by the way, guess what? Maria was actually born in 1977. Yeah, she's that old. Except she died in 1986, so it's not like that changes much. But yeah. But I call her One-chan, and in turn, she fondly calls me just Angie.
エンジ、今日は来るのが遅かった。お昼混んでた？うん、いつも混んでるわ。仲良しグループたちが席を陣取ってる上に、食事を終えた後も席を塞ぎ続けてるから。食堂に行くのが遅くなると致命的ね。今日は片付けの当番だったから。
I was on cleanup duty today. Oh, you're probably on cleanup duty every day because they probably just forced that on you, huh? Okay. Alright. I'm fast at eating. Yeah, you should also fast eating sometimes. Haha, get it? Fasting? No? No, not funny. Yeah, I was trying to make a fast at eating and fasting joke, but it didn't. I didn't really know how to phrase it. So yeah, I'm kind of bad. But okay, fast at eating. The faster you eat, the more you can play. I do not recommend it though. I mean, I'm a slow eater, by the way. I eat slowly, and I think that's for the better because, from what I hear, eating slowly, your body's able to digest the food better. So, that's what I heard at least. But I guess yeah, you're right. The faster you can play, the more you can play. But I mean, eating slowly, you're not losing that much time from playtime. Technically, to be fair. Maybe she noticed that I was still bitter about how that duty had been forced upon me, shortening my lunch break by a bit. Mario Nechan brightly changed the subject. Grateful for that consideration, I responded that I eat slowly. Yeah, so Angie's like me again! More similarities between me and Angie. Let's go. A very small similarity, to be fair. Okay, Maria said something about how she'd teach me the trick to eating fast and cheered me up. Oh, she's gonna teach me the trick? I don't need to know. Now I'll continue eating slowly all my life. I'm good. I read it in the diary. No, I heard it from Maria Onechan. She was once ranked number 1 among the girls on the speeding and eating leaderboard in her grade newspaper. That's crazy. That's a thing? That does not exist here. We do not have a speed eating girls newspaper or something. What? On the newspapers, at least. I've never read that in my life. Although I don't read a lot of newspapers. That's also true. That's not what I spend my time doing. So fair enough. But I've read newspapers before, and at least such a competition has never really existed, as far as I know. Okay, anyway, she had been very proud of that, but had apparently been a little disappointed that her mother, Auntie Rosa, hadn't praised her very much for it. Aww.
じゃあ今日のお話を始めるね。昨日はどこまでお話をしたかな。お？
ここまでよ。マリアお姉ちゃんがサクタロをプレゼントしてもらったところまで。サクタロの話を聞かせてくれる約束になってたわ。
サクタロのこと話すよ。サクタロはね、とっても可愛いぬいぐるみなの。エンジェもきっと気に入るよ。
うん。そのお話を聞かせて。マリアお姉ちゃんにお話を聞かせてもらえる昼休みだけが学校で一番心を許せる時間だもの。
マリア話す。サクタロはね、
Actually, Maria Nechan, who's always in a good mood, makes my heart feel warm as well. As I listened to her tale, I began to get absorbed into her world. Far, new soundtrack. Whoa, pumpkin! Nagari man.
Happy birthday, Maria!
Hey, happy birthday, Maria! You're 9 years old now. Is this when she got Sakutaro as a present from Rosa?
ごめんね、帰りが遅くなって。
I like their birthday clothes. Look at Maria. Look at Maria's clothes. Alright.
ママもお仕事お疲れ様。マリア、ママが忙しいの知ってるから遅くなっても泣かないで待ってた。おとなしくテレビ見て待ってた。
That's good.
うん。マリアは偉いわね。お行儀よく待ってたご褒美に。今日は何でも好きなものを注文していいわよ。もちろん食べきれる分だけだけどね。
Only as much as you can eat, okay? Look at Rosa's clothes too. I guess these are her work clothes though, or maybe I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe these are her hangout clothes. I don't know. Doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, cool to see them using clothes that aren't there. Get killed in an island with our family clothes. You know what I mean? Especially Maria. I really like Maria's fit. It looks kind of cozy. Like, it reminds me of the coziness of Lane's clothes in Serial Experiments Lane. You know, she has that weird little hoodie that she wears. It looks very cozy. There's multiple scenes where she's just lying in her bed, Lane, and she's just lying there. And she just looks so cozy. And then she gets into the wired, and then it gets wild, and then it gets confusing at times. But that's what I love about Lane. I love the confusing parts of Lane. You know, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it's the vibe of it that I love. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Only as much as you can eat, okay?
今日はコン スープをオニオングラタンスープに変えてもいい？
ええ、いいわよ。
200円高くなるけど、プロシュートピッツァに変えてもいい？
Prosciutto pizza. I've never had that in my life, but sure, how about it?
ええ、いいわよ。
200 yen more. It's not that much more expensive, is it? That's $2 extra. You can do that.
本当に食べられるならね。
If you really can eat it. Ooh.
でもいっか、誕生日だしね。ちゃんとお行儀よく待ってたいい子のマリアにご褒美もないとね。
じゃあデザートにエンチェラーダチーズケーキもつけていい？あとね、シェフの気まぐれフルーツサラダにキッズフライドポテト。
Okay, now she's asking for so many things. Rosa, watch out. Enchilada cheesecake. I've never had that in my life. Also, I don't think I'd like that. I don't like eating cakes. Fruit salad. I could eat some fruit salad though. And French fries. Yeah, melon soda, fruit salad, French fries. I could eat those. I just don't like cakes. Are you gonna ask for more? Oops, I clicked the wrong button. That's just great. I'm back.
マリアはいい子、マリアはいい子。ママに褒められた。
Yeah, see y'all. Rosa is so much better at parenting than Eva. Well, at least maybe not for Josh, but for Angie, Rosa's so much better. Guys, I have to bring in that Rosa praise whenever I can, because you know how much I like Rosa.
ちょっとはしゃぎすぎよ。もう少し静かにしないと他のお客さんに迷惑よ。
When Rosa gently admonished her, Maria stuck her tongue out and eased up a little. But it seemed that she was having a hard time repressing her excitement at being able to eat out with her mother again after such a long time. Today was Maria's birthday. Rosa always spent Maria's birthday at a wonderful restaurant. When Maria had still been in kindergarten, they had sometimes invited other kids from the neighborhood over and had a party at home. Rosa would make a wonderful cake and homemade sweets and decorate the house herself, making it a huge celebration. But after they moved and Maria no longer had any friends in the neighborhood, Rosa had started splurging at expensive restaurants instead. However, today, they were instead in a normal family restaurant. It was also a little late in the day for a kid like Maria to eat there, even with a parent. Rosa had actually gotten reservations at a fantastical place that Maria would absolutely have loved. Of course, she had also prepared a wonderful cake with Maria's name written on it. Damn, she's going through a lot of effort for Maria's birthday, you know? But Rosa just hadn't been able to finish up her work and had been forced to cancel. Aww. Since that had turned into a local family restaurant, Rosa felt a little indebted to Maria. So she was prepared to spoil Maria a bit and let her have whatever she wanted tonight.
マリアお姉ちゃんってあんまり食べないんじゃなかった？こんなに頼んで大丈夫なの？
あんまり食べられないけど、いっぱい並ぶのが好きなの。お誕生日のテーブルはね、赤、青、緑に黄色、いっぱい色とりどりだと幸せになれるの。
そうね。お誕生日のテーブルってカラフルだと幸せな気持ちになれるわね。うちの誕生日はマリアお姉ちゃんのところにはだいぶ負けるけど、駅前のケーキ屋さんで買ってくるケーキがいつもとても華やかだったっけ。
Angie thought back to her own birthdays nostalgically. Rudolph! Even though Dad was always busy, he sometimes came home just to show up at my birthday party, and then went right back to his company. He was just like, I gotta show up for my daughter. Come on, quick, 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 quick. Hey, Angie, happy birthday. Woo, you're 5 years old now. Great, I gotta go back to work. Back to my company. Back to being CEO. CEO. I was sad at the time, but now I understand how important I was to Dad. Yeah. Of course, Mom also took very good care of me. In particular, she always had a really good sense in birthday presents, and sometimes arranged for them several months in advance. Ooh, several months in advance. That's a lot of thought. I've never put that much thought into someone's into a gift for someone ever, so it's impressive. Although I have only given a gift to someone like twice in my entire life. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I do not give a lot of gifts, but in return, I don't get any gifts ever, and that's fine with me. By the way, I'm just gonna say that right now. I mean, presents, gifts. I mean, I'm great. I'm sure they do make a lot of people happy, and of course, but if someone ever gives me a gift, it'll be so unexpected because I never give other people gifts because I don't expect to get gifts either, right? So I've given people gifts like twice in my life, but I've gotten gifts like twice in my life myself. So it's one of those things where I'm not a very gifty person. I don't give out a lot, but I don't get a lot, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't appreciate others and don't wanna, you know, gift them with something, but it's just how it is. Also, the problem with that is it also probably makes me very bad at giving gifts. Probably. I mean, if I tried giving someone gifts, I probably would not be very good at giving good gifts. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Even though we always sent an invitation to Battler Oni-chan, he didn't get along with Dad or something, so he didn't always come. Aww. Come on, Battler. Forget your dad. He barely even comes to the birthday party. At least hang out with your half-sister and Kitty, yeah? Would be nice. So when he did come, I was really happy. Ah, come on, Battler. Ah. The birthday parties when the whole 4-person family was together made for fun memories that I will never forget.
エンジェのお誕生日もとてもバトラとルドルフおじさんがすごく賑やか。
Whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
ワイワイキャッキャ。あ、バトラジュースかけられてる。
I hate when that happens. Mario Nechan peeked into my happy memory. It's kind of embarrassing looking at myself, sitting quietly there, wearing the origami helmet that Dad had made as a party trick. In my hand was a paper gun that Battler Oni-chan had folded for me. And Mom was taking a commemorative photo. It was the happiest moment of my life.
Demo, Maria お姉ちゃんの誕生日だって負けてないよ。それで今日もらえるんでしょ？サク太郎は。
すっごく楽しみだった。ママのカバンの脇にあるプレゼントの包みを早く見せてもらえないかなとずっとワクワクしてた。
Sakutaro is the name of the stuffed animal that Maria One-chan was to receive as a present today. For quite a long time, Auntie Rose had been making a stuffed animal to give to her as a birthday present today. It was apparently to be a cute lion stuffed animal, and Maria One-chan had already given it the name Sakutaro even though she hadn't received it yet. Today, she was looking forward to meeting Sakutaro even more than celebrating her own birthday. Auntie Rosa ran a clothing design company. Yeah, I remember that. That was in her character file. It did actually seem to have a brand name too, for what that's worth. I think it was just called Auntie Rosa in English. Auntie Rosa. That's just what the clothing brand is called. Auntie Rosa. Hey, it fits though. It weirdly fits as a clothing brand. The slogan was supposedly, "I can't forgive the way I was before today." Okay. 1 second, I have this. Okay, so my shoulder was itching. My bad. I'm back. Unfortunately, I've never met anyone who knew of that brand name. Ah, makes sense. Maybe it wasn't that famous. Yeah, they did say that her clothing brand wasn't very successful, didn't they? So in any case, Auntie was pretty skilled with her hands. I heard that some of the clothing she wears, she made herself. Impressive. I'm horrible with my hands. I cannot do any handicrafts or any clothing. Nothing, bro. Yesterday actually, I was asked to put some, cut some paper posters up, put them in together and then hang them up. And I was like, yo, I'm really bad. I would mess this up for all of you. Put people that actually know how to use their hands properly. I do not trust me for this. And it's not because I didn't want to help them. It's just I know I wouldn't impress them. I know I'd just be a hindrance. So I just said, let someone who actually can do this. I mean, I'd love to learn. I mean, obviously everyone can learn, and stuff like that. But it just didn't feel like it was the proper time to say that. So. I just left it there. But yeah, Rosa probably would have been very helpful if she was here yesterday, if she was a part of it. So making a stuffed animal had to be well within her capabilities.
手作りのぬいぐるみなんてちょっと素敵。ところで、サクタロって名前どういう意味でつけたの？
本当はさくらってつけたかった。でもオスライオンのぬいぐるみだから男の子の名前にしなさいって言われたの。
So that's what you call it, Sakurato. Okay.
だから男の子っぽく太郎を加えてサク太郎。
Okay.
最後の「う」はいつの間にかなくなっちゃった。
I forget when the U at the end went away. Sakutaro.
なんでさくらなの？
Maybe Sakura blossoms? Or maybe because she had just finished watching Naruto and Sakura's her favorite character. Said no one ever. Oh no. Wait. Okay, wait. My bad. It's cause let's go to another visual novel. She was watching Fate's Night, reading Fate's Night visual novel, Heaven's Feel, and she was in love with, she loved Sakura. That was her favorite character. Let's go. This Sakura is actually beloved by, by people who read and watch Fate. So there you go. Sakura from Fate. Let's go. We're not haters here. Why did I have to bring up Sakura from freaking Naruto, man? It's fine. I'm bringing up Sakura from Fate. We're good. I'm sorry. If you are a Naruto fan that likes Sakura from Naruto, I'm sorry. It's just... after watching Naruto, I have to be honest, Sakura is not my favorite character from Naruto. I'll leave it there. Listen. I know she gets so much hate. I know. Sakura gets so much hate. I don't think she'll ever get away from the allegations. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say my favorite character from Naruto is probably Pain, maybe Pain. I thought he was a really cool character. Kakashi's great too. That's just me. But yeah, I mean, I'm leaving it there. I'll leave it there with the Sakura hate. Why Sakura? Sakura blossom? Those the trees?
テレビアニメの主人公の名前。
Wait, no. Wait. It's another anime. It's not Naruto. There's no way. Naruto did not exist in 1986, yo. Naruto didn't exist. I know for a bro. The freaking guy that wrote Naruto is probably as old as Maria when at 1986. Wait, was he? When was the Naruto manga even created? Probably like 1999, if I had to guess. 1998, maybe. So if he was as old as Maria in 1986, then he would have been like 21 years old, 20-something years old when he made Naruto. Okay, maybe he was probably older than that. Kishimoto was probably older than that when he wrote Naruto. So I guess he's older than Maria. But come on, main character. And to be fair, Sakura's not the main character of Naruto. She's just one of the main characters, one of the 3 main characters, but the real main character is Naruto, so yeah. I mean, the show is called Naruto, so... there was supposedly a popular anime that at the time whose main character was a girl called Sakura. Yeah, it's definitely not Naruto. We're good. Sakura's a very common name, alright? There's probably a lot of different animes that have Sakura in the name, it's fine. The fact that she simply borrowed the name of a character like she liked was, how should I say it, as innocent and cute as you'd expect from her age.
ママサクタロまだサクタロも一緒にお誕生日混ぜてあげたい
プレゼントはいつも最後でしょ
You're being too hasty.
今広げると汚しちゃうわよ食事が終わるまで我慢しなさい
じゃあ早く食事を終わらす
As soon as she proclaimed that, she started tearing into her meal. Oh wow. Auntie Rosa scolded her, telling her not to make a scene. It seemed that she had seen it coming immediately. I had been thinking that if I were as straightforward as Marione-chan, that would probably be exactly what I would do as well. So it brought a kind of warm smile to my face when my expectations weren't betrayed. In the end, Auntie Rosa succumbed to her daughter's eyes sparkling with anticipation, cleaned up the table, and took out the long-awaited wrapped present.
ハッピーバースデーマリアなかなか時間が取れなくてあまり上手に作れなかったんだけど
Did we get to see Sakutaro as well? I want to see this lion face of yours.
ママの手作りなら何でも嬉しいサクタロサクタロ
Auntie Rosa spoke slightly humbly, but Marione-chan was ecstatic even before opening the wrapping. I could really understand that feeling. It's not a matter of quality, just the fact that it was a handmade present was more pleasing than anything.
開けてもいい開けてもいい
本当はお家に帰ってからにしてほしいんだけどちょっとだけよちょっと見て挨拶したら一度しまうのよちゃんと挨拶するのはお家に帰ってからにするのよここはお外なんだからはしゃいじゃダメよ約束できる
約束する
She's already fooling around.
だから開けてもいい開けてもいいママ
はいはいちょっとだけよ
Star! Before Auntie Rosa finished her sentence, Marione-chan started unwrapping the present. We get to see it? Sakutaro? Oh! I'm not gonna say it. The Tale of Sakutaro's Tenacity. Wow, that's its own soundtrack. That's freaking wild, yo. Wow. And straight away, yellow and orange peeked out. Oh my god, yo. Do I say it? It reminds me of Khan from Bleach. I said it. Okay, to be fair, their only similarity is that they have a lion face. And they're supposed to be lion animals. Yeah. It does. Why does it remind me of Khan from Bleach so much? God damn it. Well, to be fair, the eye. Now I see the eyes are a bit different. Whatever. You know, let's keep going. Yellow and orange peeked out. What appeared was a slightly blank-looking stuffed lion. It's Khan, or Sakutaro, with cute round eyes and a cute white chest. It was about the size of a small pillow. It looked pretty big, held by a short person like Marione-chan, but it probably wasn't that large. From the perspective of someone who didn't know better, it would probably look like something cheap brought from a department store or something. But to Marione-chan, it was her mother's handmade stuffed animal, the only one of its kind in the world, and irreplaceable. Like the flower! Oh! Oh!
かわいいかわいい、すっごくかわいい。ママありがとう、ママありがとう。お仕事で忙しいのにこんなにかわいいぬいぐるみを作ってくれて本当にありがとう。
I was not expecting such a cute, wholesome wallpaper. Wow. Look at even Sakutaro looks happy. Wow. Happy family. Hey, yo! Look at this contrast from Eva Street to Angie. Look at Rose and Mario. Look how happy they are together. Look at them. Look at them, yo. This is why Rose is the best, y'all. This is why Rose is the best. I don't care what anyone says. Rose is fantastic. Okay. Just keep going.
そんなに褒められるとかえって恥ずかしいわ。全然時間が取れなくて大したものを作れなかったの。本当は抱えきれないくらい大きなのを作るつもりだったのにね。
これでいい。このくらいの大きさならいつも一緒にいられるもん。一緒にお出かけできるもん。さくたろう、お姉ちゃんだよ。ふりゅー。
本当に可愛らしいぬいぐるみね。この子がマリアお姉ちゃんの一番のお友達のサク太郎なのね。
学校には一緒に行けないけど、お家ではいつも一緒にいる一番のお友達なの。
He's my best friend. Wow.
サク太郎はね、とっても無垢で可愛らしくて、そしていつもマリアに優しくしてくれるの。マリアに元気がない時には励ましてくれて、マリアが元気な時は一緒にいっぱい遊んでくれるの。だからマリアはもう寂しくなんかない。ママが仕事で忙しくて一人ぼっちでも寂しくないし、学校で誰も遊んでくれなくても全然寂しくないの。ねえ、サクタラ、プリュー。
That's cool. Mario Nechan was in similar circumstances to me. Compared to the other kids in her class, Mystic Forest, that's another... Wait, no, that was played earlier. Compared to the other kids in her class, Mario Nechan's tempo was always a beat too slow. Ah. Damn. Her impressionability and way of thinking about things were a little peculiar, and she was a little too idiosyncratic to blend in with them. Her grades were low as well, and yet she was talkative when it came to her specialist field of the occult, which led to her being treated like a weirdo by everyone else in the class. So, Angie and Maria are not that similar at are not that different at school, in a way. If she touches you, you'll be cursed, stuff like that. Everyone in the class acted like she was gross, made fun of her, and avoided her, it seems. Boys who bumped into Maria One-chan would start wiping that part of them off against the other boys as if they'd gotten something dirty on them. They would pick up her stuff between pinched fingers like it was something filthy and chase the other boys around with it. That's crazy. As for the girls, they appeared to find even speaking to her unpleasant. They ignored her completely, giggling and sneering at her whenever she made a mistake.
いじめっていつの時代も似たようなものなのね。人間ってほんと進化しないの。
Children. Ah, not humans. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
滅べばいいの。
Go extinct already. Might as well. Am I right?
マリアはいじめられて悲しいけど、でも仕方ないと思うの。
仕方ない？
It can't be helped.
どうして？
Why?
だってクラスには一人いじめられっ子がいないといけないってルールなんだもん。
So you're just gonna accept that burden on yourself then?
最低なルールね。それを作ったやつの後頭部をレンガで殴ってやりたいわ。もちろん角で。
もしもマリアがいなくなったら、きっとマリアの代わりに新しい誰かが新しいいじめられっ子に選ばれる。 マリアが我慢することでマリアはその子をかばってあげられるの。
Wow. In a way, I respect that attitude from Maria, even though she's so young. As she said that, she smiled faintly. Mario Nechan's way of thinking really is unusual. It is, but I respect it. She's a little kid and she's thinking like that. That's insane. According to her, there is always a witch residing in the place called school. Always a witch. Alright, now witch talk again. No, she says that anywhere that a lot of people gather will most certainly have a witch residing there. Witch. The witch tries to make the students perish by disease or accidents so that she can steal their souls. She sometimes also corrupts their souls, leading them down a path of evil. Mario Nechan told me that an angel came, not content to let that happen. Okay. An angel.
天使様はね、魔女をやっつけようとした。でも魔女は兄弟で戦いは7日7番に及んだんだけど、それでも決着しなかった。
7 days and 7 nights? Is that you, Kuzan and Sakazuki?
疲れ切った魔女は休戦しようと言ってこう提案したの。
Okay.
前に聞いたわ。私はこれまでクラスの生徒の半分を病気にしたり怪我をさせたりしてきました。でもその代わりに残りの半分の生徒は病気と怪我から守ってきました。だからもしもクラスの一人を私への生贄にいじめられっ子にしてくれるなら、その他全員の生徒を病気や怪我から守りましょう。だったっけ？
If you make just one member of the class sacrifice to me, if you make them the bullied kid, I shall protect all the other students from sickness and injury, wasn't it?
うん、天使様は考えたの。クラスの半分が不幸になることに比べたら、クラスの一人だけが不幸になることの方がずっといい。それに魔女はその強力な力で他全員の生徒の安全を守ってくれるという。
Plus, the witch was saying that she would protect the safety of all the other students using her powerful magic. It's kind of like the trolley problem, isn't it? I mean, maybe. I don't really know. But the trolley problem, like you know, there's a train going and it's about to kill like 5 people, but if you push the switch and change the directions, the train will then kill only 1 person. Do you push the switch or not? I remember in Black Rock Shooter, out of nowhere they were talking about the trolley problem. I didn't expect that. In Black Rock Shooter, of all places, to be talking about that philosophical thought experiment. Alright, okay.
クラスに40人の生徒がいるとして、20人の犠牲者が1人に減って、19人が助かるというわけね。実に合理的な提案。
19 people? I wonder whether I've heard of that number of people before. In a certain other island of sacrifices. I think it starts with an R and ends with an A. Okay. I wonder if this fairy tale has some kind of motive. If it's a creation of Mario Nechan, a 9-year-old girl, that would be pretty impressive.
天使様はその提案を飲むことにした。だから一人の生贄によって19人は救われた。
Okay.
だからマリアの役割は大切なの。魔女は19人を守ってる。
私たちが生贄になることによってその19人に感謝された覚えはないけれど。
Mario Nechan's thinking is too compassionate. The miserableness of our situations is very similar, and yet there's a difference in our inner peace just because of a small difference in our way of thinking.
それでマリアお姉ちゃんは悲しくないの？
悲しくなんかないよ。だってこれからはサクタロが一緒だもん。 サクタロウリュウマリアと一緒なら僕も元気
Okay, Sakutaro also just started talking, and I thought he didn't have a U at the end of his name. I thought it was Sakutaro without a U. They literally made it a point to mention that, and now he has a U all of a sudden. Okay.
ほらサクタロウも元気って言ってるよ
See, there's no U there either. What's that about? Mario Nechan held up the Sakutaro stuffed animal, playing both sides of the conversation herself. Oh! Okay. That I was gonna say. Sakutaro's talking now! I don't understand. But that's exactly why I want to reach Mario Nechan's level. It's what makes me so strongly interested in her tale and her words.
エンジェは一人ぼっちだから辛い
辛いわ。でもマリアお姉ちゃんとこうしていられる時間だけは別。一人ぼっちじゃないから。
'Cause I'm not all alone.
ならサクタロウもお友達になればもっと楽しくなるようんじゃあ今日からサクタロウもエンジェの新しいお友達だよねサクタロウ
Sakutaro!
ウリュウ
Now with a U again. Apathy.
僕エンジェのお友達ウリュウエンジェ
Skillfully moving the stuffed animal like it was a puppet, Mario Nechan made Sakutaro emote. She was controlling him, but the charming way he waved his short hand and cocked his head to the side made it feel like he really was a new friend called Sakutaro. Of course, if you were to look at it with cold eyes, you would only see Mario Nechan comforting mopey old me with a stuffed animal. But that stuffed animal had definitely been imbued with a soul. The soul of Mario Nechan's love. So I accepted the existence of a being called Sakutaro inside that stuffed animal.
ほらエンジェもサクタロウに挨拶してほらサクタロウもご挨拶ウリュウエンジェ怖い人
No, she's not. Angie's awesome. As Sakutaro timidly looked at me, he unexpectedly met my gaze and hid behind Mario Nechan's back in surprise. It's almost like Sakutaro has a will of his own. Mario Nechan really is good at playing with stuffed animals.
大丈夫だよサクタロウエンジェは怖くないよとっても優しい女の子だよどうもサクタロウですウリュウ
He's introducing himself with you again. What's that about?
はじめまして、サクタロウ。
And she's saying with the you the ear too. Okay, you know what?
エンジェよ。新しいお友達になれて嬉しいわ。
I held out my right hand as though asking for a handshake, and Sakutaro's short hand was stuck out towards me and lightly touched my index finger. Ah. After all, the size is all wrong for a handshake between a human and a stuffed animal. This greeting by touching each other's fingers was our handshake.
これでもうエンジェとサクタロウはお友達だよ一人よりは二人、二人よりは三人の方がもっと楽しいよウリュウ
Mario Nechan had given the name Sakutaro to the stuffed animal she was going to receive on her birthday, and had warmed and expanded his existence in her heart for a long, long time. Therefore, even before she had met him, his existence had been sublimated into a personality. From the very first moment they met, the two of them were already friends. Of course, I don't think anything could be as personified and loved as Sakutaro was. But that wasn't anything extraordinary in Mario Onechan's eyes. She loved the things she owned very much, treating them just like friends or beloved pets. Maybe it was partly that Auntie Rosa hadn't let her keep a pet. Or maybe just her innate desire to treat things as though they were precious. I think it is an innate desire, because I was never allowed to keep a pet either. But I don't treat things the way Maria treats things so preciously. So maybe it was that she was so isolated. Well, of the One Piece volumes. Okay, anyway, maybe it was that she was so isolated. She had been, that was a bad joke. She had been forced to find friends closer to home. Okay. Because of all those various circumstances, this wasn't anything extraordinary from her perspective. Yet even so, Sakutaro, no, maybe I should call him Sakutaro like Maria One-chan. Okay, so Maria specifically calls him without you, but his name is like, okay, he's with you, okay. He was certain that Sakutaro was a stuffed animal. No, a friend who was more loved than anything or anyone. Oh, it's ringing. Who's ringing?
もしもし、ママよ。上機嫌ね。お友達が来てるの？
I think that's where we'll end it, y'all. I've actually been recording for quite a while. Holy crap! I wasn't expecting to be recording for this long today as well. I was hoping that this was gonna be a shorter part than last time, but it ended up being really long. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. We'll continue next time for more, hopefully more NG. I now know more about NG. I want to see more NG. And this unexpected kind of, for me at least, meeting with her and Maria. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this part, and I'll see you guys next time for more Umineko. Alright, y'all, more episode 4 coming soon. Peace.